And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six, and we got a war that is not all going our way. Although we're about a day away from getting our reinforcements in our army here. Doing that, I think... What's the status of that army? Okay, so let's actually mobilize the equipped portion of our army in the capital. So in a day we're supposed to get our reinforcements. Then we can go on the attack. We know where their army is. We know we are stronger than it. And where that army is. It's a little bit questionable if the city garrison is stronger than it. Siege it the old-fashioned way, which is stressful. I'd like to be in a war of a maneuver here, but we are not. Okay, so that army is... Until it apparently regenerates some forces, I can't attack it. Which is a little stressful. This is one of the ones where I gotta actually add the growth building to get it to go to 300, yeah. So we're going to siege this thing until it's down to about 50, and then we'll move off, leaving the 200 unarmed guys to continue the siege, move on to the next siege. Back in the city, looks like the wood has mostly been distributed. And we're still wood positive day to day. So let's go up another step. All our guys to maximally benefit. Well, the Dondorians to maximally benefit from the wood. The Mivians also. Humans can accept more wood, the Quitonians can accept more wood, although I don't really need more Quitonians at the moment. So I'm just giving them the baseline that we're giving everyone else. Okay, this may have been a mistake. I'm trying to leave the army there to... Smaller two armies there to siege. Apparently, a unit with no equipment is not particularly intimidating. Also, basically no trading. Yeah, this is, again, we've only got 1 unit, so it's not very elegant of an exchange. If I had it broken up into 2 hundreds, I think we'd be doing much better. Because at least then we could get the shock of having them flanked. Although our men are apparently winning the casualty exchange with just punching. Because we outnumber them 2 to 1. I think we might actually win this. I wasn't so sure when we started the fight. I'm still not exactly completely sure. Could have a morale break at any point. Formation tact and numbers on our side. They're suffering from not having their numbers and exhaustion at this point. There we go. We lost 23 for 102. It's not a bad exchange ratio, actually. Okay, we took our region back. That's a start. Okay, that'll keep most people from moving out. We'll wait for the devastation to recover. This is annoying. We get the region back, but now their enemy's running. Is run into the garrison we had that they weren't attacking before. Again, the thing that's going for us is I don't even have any equipment. Yeah, although they have a siege weapon, which is real annoying. They're going to have to try to run around, get to the siege weapon. Because really, the siege weapon's their equipment. Like, the entire army's equipment is that one weapon. thought that chased him off the gun. Or off the catapult. Maybe. Already done. Nope, we lost a unit. That's a bad sign. Yeah, lost the battle. I don't think there's any way we're going to win that battle. I just hope they don't storm the capital before the army actually arrives to drive them off. Okay, let's go march to take our city back. Then I try to negotiate a peace afterwards. Thought it was terrible. So we just have to wait. back in the city, which I'd rather be managing. Stone's trending down because we haven't got the stone mine set up. Although the stone mine's cleared, it's ready for me to actually design. Mine, stone. Okay, so up to 258 workers can work at the stone mine. Obviously, it's going to want some fairly large storage. There we go. Enough auxiliaries. Actually got a decent amount of space left over after that, so that's not too bad. Okay, get that under construction. Nope. I at least want my city back. I might accept being paid off if I've got my original territory, but not as is. Especially because I'm not sure what's going to happen to the peace deal. Right, if I just accept peace with one of them, is it just the one of them or is it the both of them? I think it's the both of them right now. Because I always expect this guy to be reading a peace deal. So I'm not exactly sure which of these two is the war leader. I would actually like to continue fighting one of them and peace out with the other. It's kind of the awkward situation we're in right now. Because I could defeat one of them, I would still in the sort of void area where I'm going to struggle to fight both. No, we do not buy slaves. Democratic Whispers. Focus them outward, disappear their leader, or ignore them. This runs the risk of pissing off other people. We're just gonna ignore them. I think if it's a loyalty problem in our own city, boost the opinion of other factions. Should actually help keep other guys from dogpiling on in on us. So, I'm not going to complain too much about that. Oops. I don't need that many workers there. Do like 50. 51, so I don't get the message about having a stone shortage. It's from mining shortage. If our cavalry hadn't broken earlier in the war, I'd probably be down to go try to lay siege to these guys, this city here, or even just take the frontal assault on the city and on the army here. The reason I'm not is because obviously we've got so much of our XP lost from trying to get reinforcements in, and obviously the cavalry has lost all of its melee training from being destroyed. Okay, so looking at the stone mine, we're making 900 stone. We actually need 300 more. What are we getting per miner? Actually, you can go quite a bit per miner. I'm saying 18. It might actually be 18. That's what it's, 3.6 times 1.14 times 4.5. Okay. Put another 20 miners on here. See if that gets us stone stable. Oh, this might have been a gamble. Garrison had more forces than I was expecting. Oh, on the other hand, if we defeat them and they don't get back in time, then we've overrun their capital. Okay, that's the sort of maneuver we want the infantry to do, and they want the cavalry to wheel around wide on the flank. There's 7 enemy units to my 5. Exclude the cavalry, which I would ideally like to do, because I want the cavalry to go around and hit guys in the rear. I think things are going our way. I think our small unit is going to overwhelm their small unit there. We got that one in a pincer. Either of those victories are going to allow one of our units to peel around, or multiple units to peel around and hit the enemy's main line in the rear, which would give us the victory over there. So our main line over here just has to hold. Could potentially be a tough order, but we'll see. To deny our flank there. See how well that works. Here we go, getting units breaking left and right. Time to swing around the enemy's left with our center, because their center is broken. In the formation. We can charge. Here goes the enemy breaking. 1,000 enemies driven from the field of battle, the cost of 53. I think that is a successful battle there. Compromising that enemy's capital region. Faction of Ducal Hothwin has moved its capital, its people still resist. I think we were growing grain here. Yeah, I think we got everything we need necessarily here sorted out. For that, set this to grain 5 for the moment. We might not, depending on how quickly their army gets there and how that goes, we might not get there in time, although this is maybe a fairly strong position from which to negotiate a peace. Will they accept? No. Not yet. Run away! We bravely run away, yes. They're much diminished empire. They're not going to be able to maintain the garrison there. Okay, so that's actually going to be safe to leave at that level. And if it's safe to leave at that level, it might actually be worth getting more growth there. So 476 plus 400, so that's still over 600. I need to promote the governor again. In theory, I think it will stay over 1200. Well, actually, I think it will get to 1200. I'm not sure it will stay there. Yeah, I don't think it's going to stay there. I think it's going to dip below 1200, so we don't want to go up another size. But as it is, that's fine. And this is on the battlefront, so we're going to do walls and a garrison to dig in, effectively. Health and a fighting pit. Try to keep the place a little bit happier. Dumpster the taxes, and then with the army there, I think we will be capable of holding. Yeah, and if we're patient enough, that the army plus the garrison drops below 1,000, we could technically be on the offensive, I think, against them. Although once again, we're on hypothetically the pacing. This is a good place to have peace. They're not very interested in it. They're a little bit more interested in it, and I might be able to barter that if we were desperate for it. Okay, you've hit the point where you can level up. Let's do that. You're not valuable enough to try expanding. You're also not valuable enough to try garrisoning. Right, we're not going to be able to afford the walls and the garrison at the same time. You're not up to 300 yet? Nope. Something happened. We don't have quite enough workforce there. Drop the fighting pit for the moment. We've got a garrison. There we go. To be fair, when we're at peace and no longer have to maintain these garrisons to keep the enemy off of them, we can rearrange those cities. Because these are mighty fine places due to that moisture. These are going to be nice, nice cities. Right, so once we get to peace and we can take these 10 workforce worth of stuff out, real nice. Both these locations. Oops. Peace treaty. I give territory. No. I feel like I'm winning right now, so we're gonna say no to that. I'd take white peace. I'm even slightly tempted to give them the 700k. I don't know how they got there, but they got there. We got pretty bad degradation there, which is annoying. Okay, this is what I get for not paying attention to what the problem is. Okay, so... Janitor, what are you having problems with? Stone. Just stone? Really? How? Take more workers. nice, really high moisture region. I think it's time to go on the offense. Oh, they're gonna go lay siege in my capital. Fudge. Peace. No. We'll give you money. Okay, save their friend. And the war is over. We still have the Democratic whispers in the background. It'll go away soon. Okay, apparently I just need more stone collection. Oh, I can also assign tools that'll help. Probably do want a little bit more wood production. Let's re-enable one of these woodcutters. Oh, and now that I'm no longer at war, I can think about making sure my upgrades are complete. Ducal Hartwin is trying to get us to give them their territory back. No. I have you very much where I want you for future destruction. Hearts upgraded. Those next time we'll be saving up either for the bathhouses or for the Grand Arena. hopefully the hearths help. Oh, the improved hearths help. Although we're at 93%, so probably not very much. We just declared peace. Those traitorous monsters. Where is... Their army's up there, okay. It's a shame to abandon a siege that's so far along. But it's, close enough to completion. Okay, so how they position their army on their city, I actually can't lay siege to the city. Although I've obviously defeated that army, so that army's not going to be a problem for the moment. I was about to bring the recording session to an end, but war be declared again because the traitorous monsters are so aggressive that the ink is barely dried in the last agreement and they're already at war with us again. I got a siege weapon again. Only got the archers back from last time. Oof. Oh, multiple batches of archers. Really good. Charge the artillery. Charge the artillery, guys. And hoping some of their units break so we can move more units to focus other units. Okay, unit broke somewhere in here, okay. Looks like another small portion of the enemy broke. There goes another big portion. There goes one of our portions. That's not good. Okay, lost 327 to 777. Okay, we got a region back. Because of the level devastation, we're just gonna have to tank everything. Okay. At this point, I don't want peace with you, because I don't trust your treaties! Here we go, more knowledge, more innovation, more noble promotions, people moving back into our city, good to know. Okay, I'm getting probably too much wheat in. Temporarily one of these guys needs to get swapped over to... until I do up the storage, something that produces food. Fishery is what we're gonna do. Up you from 6. Raise you to 5? Okay. This is the city garrison, so we can follow up on this quickly enough we can actually end this portion of the war, at least. And if after, I can probably run defensive chicken against the rest. That was actually not the enemy unit I expected to break first. Expected it to be this little one in the pocket. Nope, it held. It's not holding anymore. Here we go. Victory. Cost of 10 of ours. siege. This is annoyingly the field army that's actually garrisoning the city and not the city garrison, because we destroyed the city garrison. Yeah, so in theory we're receiving more food in the form of fish, which should help to build up the food stockpiling. Ideally we want to be using that grain to get more beer, probably. Oh, that didn't work. How are you getting more garrison? Okay. trying to select the city. There we go. War's over. Then after the war over. Now, will you negotiate? There. Peace is achieved. There'll be peace in our time. Okay, I'm gonna get this janitor complete, and then I think we're gonna take the part break and bring the stream to a close. Oof, that was a couple harsh wars back to back. I think we're still in a state where we can get the economy to recover. Although I just shut the sizzle and ore exports down because we were exporting that to sign the peace deal. Although I still think we can probably bounce back from that. Yeah. Okay, warehouse is done. Did we get the janitor done? There we go. So hopefully, again, that will help with maintenance over here because it's between the two janitors. I still think the problem is stone delivery up here and not number of janitors. I think it's the janitors having to walk too far effectively to get this done. But yeah, so we got up to well, we got the next population one, which is actually got over 1.5. We maybe didn't quite keep that, although we're pretty close to it. Yeah, we're 4.49. We technically hit the 4.5 mark and fell below it, but we'll be back up there probably pretty soon in the next stream. As far as text, we got 120 knowledge, which is actually enough to pick up the wells. I may actually think, depending on how well the city goes in the next one, we'll probably pick up the wells. Machinery, that small amount of machinery, because wells don't actually consume that much, shouldn't be that hard to make, and we can get the wells upgraded. That'll be another +1 service bonus, which should allow us to support more people. And then it's bathhouses, I think. That's what we got to do early next stream. So we get the wells upgraded, get the bathhouses out, which is get more coal going. Actually have a decent amount of innovation. I'll think about where we're spending that next time. But it'll get spent somewhere. In fact, it'll probably get spent on improving the mines. So we can get more imports. 11 innovation gets us 21 workers worth of product. Yeah, I think that's probably worth it. And that affects the Scythian mine. Yeah, it affects the Scythian mine. In fact, we can see here on the first Scythian mine, we already got 25 workers worth of yield on that. So, not too bad. We're almost there on the mining tools, too. So, not bad. And yeah, we've had a pretty successful campaign over here. Once this region is stable, we'll probably go take the free lands. And with that, we've got high moisture, high moisture, high moisture, high moisture. So these four are basically going to become our 4 workers' headquarters, which are going to provide nice bonuses everywhere else as far as on workers. And yeah, so we're getting a nice global empire going, or a nice empire going here. As far as realm population, we're up to 13.3k. So in fact, the empire at this point is almost twice the size of the city. You can probably understand why we are the butt of the enemy's targeting most of these days. And yeah, generally our funds are trending up. They'll be a little stagnant. Actually, how much trend up? Yeah, they'll be a little less upward for a little while because we won't have the Scythian exports, which amounts to something like 6 to 7k, maybe 10k a day. For a while we're trying to build up the reserve again to keep the Dondorians happy. Because we had to basically sell 2,000 of it to negotiate that last peace deal. Yeah, I think the treasury will recover. Fish has been declining, so we've done some stuff that hopefully should be increasing. Fish trend. Yeah, we're losing like 100, 200 a day. We added... apparently, even though this is predicting that we'd be positive, we're apparently not positive for whatever reason. Making things confusing. Yeah, for whatever reason, we're not positive. Stone's going up, which is good to see. That should help push stone into the system so that we can deal with the maintenance issues. Another thing I could potentially do early next stream, if stone is still trending up, is we can start to distribute it as furniture. That won't help everyone, but at the moment the only people we really need to help is the Amoevians and the Dondorians. The Amoevians we'd like to bring more in to do more fishing, although that it's going to take some construction time. In fact, that's something we might end up doing early next stream, is get more fisheries going, so we can have more Amoevians fishing. And the Dondorians... the Dondorians are actually starting to reach the point where it's actually hard to keep them happier. Because we're running into the easy stuff, right? We've basically got all the services unlocked. We got Bathhouse and Grand Arena. and then the well upgrade. That's basically what's left in the services. Religion in the temple and the shrine upgrade. Retirement is always going to be painful when we do it, because it's the 1 in 4 workers. Food and furniture is the other thing we can do. And that would be one reason to do a bunch of fishing. If we can basically double our food production, then we can get like 3 fulfillment from fish servings. Yeah, we're getting in the uncomfortable zone of how do we get things to expand. But we're also about 2/3 of the way to where we lost last time, where we decided it was time last time. So the city is coming along well, and we definitely got expansion potential. We got another stone mine down there if we need it. We got gems if we wanted to actually use internal gems. At some point I'm going to have to make jewelry to build some of the service buildings, or the upper level temples. We are at the point where I should actually expand the administration, which is basically 2 more paper makers and another administration. So much to do. But not today. If you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be a part up tomorrow, because we're going to record more in 4 days, and I recorded 5 parts today, so there should be a part up for you by tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, let me go over the stream schedule. Although before I start that, if you want to leave a comment and you're watching live on Twitch, now's a good time to leave it. I'll try to respond to it before I bring the stream down. If you're watching later on the Twitch VOD or on YouTube, feel free to leave comments on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, obviously you'd have to go over to YouTube. YouTube handles asynchronous commenting fairly well, whereas Twitch does not. Today was Song of 6. Tomorrow will be Planet Crafter. Monday we'll be back to doing Darkest Dungeon. Tomorrow will be Planet Crafter. Sunday will be Terra Invicta. Forgot Sunday for some reason. So tomorrow will be Planet Crafter. Sunday will be Terra Invicta. Monday will be Darkest Dungeon, and we will be back to playing this on Tuesday. So that's the upcoming 4-day spread. We'll see how things go. Planet Crafter may finish tomorrow, depending on how quickly we get the end to occur. Terra Invicta is in the ending phases, although Terra Invicta can take its sweet time. Lots of orbital transfers take quite a while. And space battles take a while, so depending upon how absolutely we're wiping the floor with the aliens, that may take a while. I don't think they're going to win. We're at the point where we're going to win. Darkest Dungeon is still going to be the training montage when we get back to it on Monday, and Songs of 6 here. We'll be continuing to try to expand the city. I would like to see if we could get up and get sort of a vaguely stable city at the last tier here, which is 12k pop. 12k pop, 100% loyalty. That's not going to be easy. Even the 8k pop with 100% loyalty would be nice. I'd like to see if we can get those last 2 tiers. We obviously hit the 6k last time. And then there's a couple achievements in here that may be worth trying to pick up before we're done. Whether or not we achieve them or not will be more complicated. Well, even the Great. The Great would be nice to pick up. Not quite undefeated. We've only got 41 victories, but we're going to be moving that way. We shall see. So until next time, if you're watching on YouTube, or next time watching on YouTube may be tomorrow, if everything goes according to plan, because how things are planned. If you're watching on Twitch, I just went over the schedule. I hope you've all been enjoying. So until next time, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.